Well, friends, this is a super weird, but super awesome, but super crazy video. I'm here live, breaking news. Editor Gabe is here. He doesn't even know what we're talking about, and so I want him to witness this while you witness this, and then we can all react together. Gabe, we have some breaking news that is pertinent to everybody in the Nintendo community, and you're going to find out with them all.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Like, I don't know if this is like actual important news or if this is like some joke.
Paramount. Okay, click play on the video.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on here.
Is there a Nintendo Direct announced? No, but I believe that there is a Nintendo Direct coming on the 29th. I don't know that that's been announced. You heard it here first. Let me check what date it is. I have it written down. 29th, yeah. June 29th, Nintendo Direct. It's not technically a leak because Nintendo didn't tell me, which is how I make that call. But it's also, I'm not leaking anything that's in it, which is what I think is shitty.
Wow.
Wow, right? That, like, we'll set it up for you, but that seems pretty, like, legit. That's a pretty good leak.
I believe it. Like, I would bet all my coin, my bank account, I would bet it on this. Yeah.
Alana Pierce is a former games journalist who now works for Sony Santa Monica on the upcoming God of War Ragnarok. She has a ton of connections. I mean, it sounds weird to say, but I would consider her, like, at one point, a very powerful person in the games journalism
I think she continues to be. She has a good YouTube presence. She's very respected. You know, no. I think she's super reliable.
And she's telling us the Nintendo Direct is on June 29th, and that's not a guess, and she says herself. And then she checks her schedule, which to me, like, the fact that she's not just, like, spitballing. You know, like, a lot of insiders are like, oh, I've heard this, and they say that. But, like, the way she verifies it just breeds so much certainty.
This isn't an insider thing. This is, like, a friend of hers probably told her, and she's like, I'm just going to say it.
And she says it's not a bad leak because Nintendo didn't tell her directly, and because she's not leaking what's in the Direct. But the Direct is June 29th, which ties into all of the weird rumors we've been hearing lately. It ties into you got to wait some time. It ties into it's later than expected. It ties into even Mark Amaro, who said it's got to get hotter because summer needs to officially start. It's after Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, and it is a Wednesday, which we know is a beloved Nintendo day. I think the Direct is going to be June 29th. Now, like, after all of this commotion, boom.
It's June 29th. I'm doing, like, mental mathematics in my head. Like, where was she before Santa Monica? Because I don't remember. I know she had a stint at, like, Funhouse or something.
Yeah, she was with IGN. She was with Funhouse.
I remember IGN was the big one. So
and she hosted quite a bit and still continues to do so.
All right, so then here's the reason I'm asking. Nintendo didn't tell her, right? Didn't come from a Nintendo source. So some third-party person that has an announcement at the Directs, you know, is talking about their upcoming game, and I'm sure, I don't know, maybe they're at a dinner party or something. Like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna announce her.
And let's just say there was just the Summer Game Fest play days where I was before I puked, and where she was in LA for all different sorts of events that were going on, and everybody who's anybody in game journalism, and even a lot of game people were there.
Yeah, and that's E3 isn't a thing anymore, but that was like the big exciting thing about E3, the conversations that happened like outside of the stage, and you heard things. But oh wow, I shed a tear. Not like I'm not like emotional about the Direct. I don't care, but like to know like Jesus, this is finally coming, because like everybody else, you and I wait for these things, and we hear things, and sometimes those things aren't always true. But no,
and it's been a saga this year. Like there has been back and forth, and will there be, won't there be? It seemed super certain for this coming week, and then it was like, what? And look, like I own up, like I thought it was this week 100%, and clearly there was mixed signals to a lot of people and a lot of things going on. And now the nonchalance with which she says it and the way in which she validates, to me, like I am now moving forward expecting a Nintendo Direct on June 29th. It is really Nintendo in their wheelhouse to just say, like, sorry, Jeff Keighley, we don't care nothing about Key 3.
Good, Reggie's gone. So no one over here has that tie to you. Yeah, the 29th.
E3 isn't a thing. We're doing our own thing. And it does, like, I guess in hindsight, looking back now, it does line up like, hey, let's get Strikers out. Let's get Fire Emblem out. And then let's focus on the rest of the year.
Yeah, it makes sense 100%. I can't believe that, like, of all people, like, if there was like a bingo board for who would tell us when to direct, Alana Pierce isn't even on that. And no disrespect to her, like, this just isn't her wheelhouse. She's working at Santa Monica.
The best part is, we were just talking about her last night and her new hairdo or whatever. You were like, what? She had a new hairdo. And then here she is. And she said, like, you heard it here first, as if she knows that, like, nobody knows this except, well, people know it, but no one said it.
Sure. Can we stop and talk about this for a second? Why did she do this? Like
she's
what
live streaming?
Yes, yeah. So what propagated this? Like, even if someone like asked on chat, like, why asked Alana like about Nintendo? Like, there's just almost no connection that we're aware of.
The only thing I can imagine is she's excited for it. You know, she
insinuated
that but she insinuates that she knows what's there.
Yeah,
like by saying like, I'm not leaking what's there. She knows some of the stuff that's there. And if you recall, I believe it was last year where she was like, really manage your expectations based on rumors. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right before 2021 E3, she was like, whoa, really reel it in because she knew the lineup. So, and like, it was a fun show, but she was right. There wasn't all of the like new Donkey Kong, new Metroid. Yeah. There wasn't, well, there was new Metroid, but it was Dread, I guess.
Yeah.
So she, forgive me, but it wasn't the Prime reboot or whatever. And she's clearly in the know on most things. And I think she has maybe a better, like, realistic sense of what's coming than even some of the, like, the more, like, leaker type people, because she's directly embedded in the industry, like legitimately, right? Every sort of facet of it now with developer and publisher, I guess, with Sony and with, the journalistic side. So it's interesting that Nintendo would go this late. I think this will go as their latest summer direct ever.
Yeah, we might have to check. I don't know off the top of my head.
I believe it is. I don't think there's ever been a June 30th direct. So this does push it quite late. And I guess like the silver lining is like, okay, you're getting TMNT and Neon White.
Oh man.
They're not even tied to the direct.
Oh man.
Right? Like they're not even related. Fire Emblem and Mario Strikers not even tied. And so then it really looks like this is going to be a full-on show of a lot of fresh looks and new games.
Yeah, this is definitely a month to remember. So yes, the direct is a little bit later than we would like, but I'm very excited for Team NT. Like I'm hyped for that.
Yeah.
So
6 players, Casey Jones.
Oh, I wanted to tie it into what Nate said also, where he said, hey, it's gonna be later. It all just lines up now with it. If this is a card game, we've been playing card games a lot. If this was a card game, it's just like a double card stacking right now, and you get like an extra boost of some kind. It's really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying it's going to be later. Be patient, but it's still coming. I mean, they're really hitting it right at the tail end there, like right when they need to. And it lines up, I guess, with, their next investor call. And so just kind of getting it out there and establishing that lineup. And it holds true to what we expected Nintendo would set their lineup. And I guess just at this point, thank goodness it's happening. Like whenever it's happening, thank goodness it's not, oh, we chose to sit it out, we chose to skip it. But I just love the bravado of Nintendo. I'll go back to the Dwight Jim Halpert quote of like the smug bug. I feel like Nintendo is that smug bed bug. Just like, we don't have to follow the rules. We don't have to go the dates you expect. We're doing it June 29th. Like they just march to the beat of their own Mario shaped drum. I guess always now.
Yeah, I have 2 more thoughts. One's Nintendo related, one not so much. We saw Silk Song today at the Xbox thing. No date.
Yeah.
I really hope that ends up being there. I mean, this isn't our like prediction videos. We're not gonna get into what we think's gonna be there. But the other thing I want to say is that Sony is absent. Like we don't know what they're doing. So this gives us the time for, from now to the 29th to maybe have a Sony presentation, and I really hope that happens. That's all I want to throw out there.
This is the most summer game mess that it's ever been. This is the messiest, most elongated summer of games. Very strange, very weird. I do have a Hollow Knight theory for you, but we'll save that for another video. Guys and girls, let us know what you think about June 29th. And, if you have a contrasting opinion, share it. But I do believe this. It's not as good as Nintendo announcing it, but it is to me, it's better than an insider. It's better than a rumor. It's better than a leak. It is an industry person with a lot of credibility,
and it's a Wednesday. Sorry to cut you off. It's a Wednesday.
Yeah. So it works out. June 29th, baby. We got some time to kill, man. 17 more days. Holy crap.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, have fun. Stay safe out there. Gabe, thanks for joining. Love the live reactions. And until next time, everyone, have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive. Stupid freaking The Rock trying to steal my thunder. Anyhow, SwitchForce out.